6 o'clock in the morning. It's about 3 degrees outside. I've been in the garage here since 5 o'clock in the morning trying to get ready.
RevelatorAlf.
I wonder if I'd get a bigger bike in here.
Into the Arctic I go.
Another weird start to the day. Yeah, it's just above freezing here, and it actually doesn't feel that bad. Yeah, I know I've got the heated gear on from Kais, but it doesn't feel that bad. Yesterday, I think it was just a degree or two warmer, but it felt absolutely freezing. Go figure. Gave the bike a really good polish yesterday, or try to, really good clean. It's running smooth, But I've been asking myself a few questions recently of it, and what I want to do for next year. So I've been kind of looking into other bikes, maybe to replace it, maybe to go alongside it. One of the reasons for faffing around with trying to set up the motovlog setup this morning was because I might be doing a couple of bike reviews soon, so I thought I'd better try and get it all set up again, but I couldn't find the clip, the mount on, for the helmet, because I hadn't used it for so long, because I've been doing my motovlogs in a totally different way. Anyway, I put out a post a few days ago, kind of basically saying that might be time to move on from the heroic Harley. I don't want to, in all fairness. I still really love the bike, but I'm sort of thinking about next year. I would have owned it 3 years. The next few months it would be 3 years, and I'm kind of thinking, you know, do I fancy a change? I never thought I'd say that, really. I mean, do I fancy a change? And I've been looking at, again, at bigger bikes, Touras, but it always comes back to, would it fit in my garage, really, and would it be easy for me to, you know, push back in? And I also just like the practicality of this bike as well. You know, I've just been looking at the some of the Harley Touras again. I got to ask myself a few questions. You know, there's the 2022 bikes coming out. Nobody really knows yet what the deal is with those. It seems as if here in the UK there's going to be like a 3.5% price increase, but they don't really know which models are going to carry over and be no changes, and which models are going to have changes, and which models are going to be scrapped, all that kind of stuff. There's been lots of rumours that, you know, I've been called quite a few things, negative things, when I put out a video a few weeks ago about the rumour that I heard that, like, the Sport Glide is going to be chopped, and the Sportster, and I was one of the first videos to report this. And then lots of other videos creators have reported it as well. But interestingly, there's lots of people in the comments, and you know who you are, who, you know, you're coming in and saying how wrong I am. Well, first of all, it was only a rumour. Second of all, you know, I did say it's not substantiated. And thirdly, then you're trying to give me evidence of the models that are going to be for next year, and guess what? You're quoting old data or websites that always get it completely wrong. You know, if you're going to have a go at me, at least come with the facts. You know, I've been called a clown by some idiot on Facebook as well, one of the groups. You know, I mean, I don't really look in the groups that much anymore, I've got to say, but you know, there are also people saying, well, I've already got a 2022 bike. You know, we said, well, you can't. You're in 2021 right now, and you can't have a 2022 bike. Even if you order a bike now to arrive, let's say in 2022, it's going to be a 2021 bike. I mean, early 2022, right? It's going to be a 2021 bike that will be registered in 22. Let's just say the Sport Glide, for example, is discontinued. Let's just say that it is, whether it will be or not, whether I'm proven right or not. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, but I will be going back to those people who put negative comments on there, because I've got them earmarked, and I'm going to say, well, who's the idiot now, basically. But you know, there are some people out there say, well, I've ordered a Sport Glide and it's coming next year, that'll be a 2022 bike. It won't be a 2022 bike. It'll be a 2021 bike that's rolled over, or old stock that you're going to register in 2022, but it's still a 2021 bike, if you know what I mean. Okay, so it's always a bit confusing, that bit, for some people. Some people don't realise last year's motorcycles are essentially old motorcycles that can be registered the next year afterwards, so you think it's a newer bike than it actually is. Now, if there's no model changes, in other words, there's no difference to the bike, then yeah, you just class it as a, you know, the new year bike, as it were. But if there are changes to the model lineup, then it will be an old bike. It would be a, let's say, a 2021 registered in 2022, as opposed to getting a 2022 bike. There's a big difference. Yeah, so I've been looking at these Tourers again, and I got to say, there's a bit of confusion here for me. Not so much on the bikes, which are expensive, but it's the infotainment system and this how you connect up your phone and what sort of headset you are allowed as well. As far as I'm aware, you need this WIM audio module thing, which basically Bluetooths the signal to a Bluetooth headset, and the Bluetooth headset as allowed is only the one from Harley Davidson, which is basically a Senna headset with a special chip, or the one that's just for Harley Davidsons, right? That's what I've been led to believe. However, when I spoke to the guy in the dealership, he assured me that no, it's any headset, any Bluetooth headset will work. So I'm just wondering, or I've also heard that any other headset will work, but it only comes out in mono and not in stereo on your headset. So, because I have been thinking about getting a Senna anyway for, you know, comms and that kind of stuff. But you know, you're talking about, I know, for the whole system, the WIM audio and the headset, you know, you're talking a good extra £500–600, you know, on top. That's just to be able to listen to music or listen to, you know, your phone or whatever. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, I reviewed the Street Glide Special earlier in the year, so I'm going to go and try and ride one of those again, just to jog my memory. But the problem I'm having is being able to test ride the Road Glide and the Road King, because my local dealership doesn't have them, and also within the group of companies that they don't have them to demo. They're also having problems with registering bikes for next year to have as demo bikes as well. Apparently Harley Davidson have put a limit on the sort of bikes that they can register as demos or something. I'm not sure. There's some kind of restriction, and it's down to, they're all having problems in getting the bike still. So there's quite a few issues going on there, but there is going to be this 3.5% price increase. There's also one of the issues where they're not sure about lead times, and interestingly, and this comes back to what I was saying before about what people are claiming, how much they know about next year's models and all that sort of stuff, 2022 models, and they're claiming, oh, I've already got one, or you don't know what you're talking about, and all this kind of stuff. I never specifically say next year's models are going to be this, because the truth is, nobody knows. Nobody knows. You talk about rumours, yes, talk about speculation, but there's nobody who actually knows what is going to go on. So there'll be a virtual announcement in January, just like last year. There's going to be a virtual launch, right? A virtual launch. Some people have said, Alf, you're all wrong because they already released the models in October. Yes, they used to do that 2 or 3 years ago before COVID. Not anymore. Come on, you got to get with the program, people. You know, maybe they'll do that, you know, in 2023 again, but who knows. But right now, it's still this virtual launch. The dealerships are probably going to be getting some carryover bikes. In other words, 2021 bikes that there's going to be no changes to the model lineup or changes to the model specifications. They're going to get those in early January, very early January, and that's pretty much going to be the ones in America. The rest of the world are going to have to wait a little bit. The 2022 model lineup will only be announced on the virtual lineup, and then the website will be updated within a few minutes, exactly what happened last year. And then the dealerships know, this is around the world, the dealerships know at that point what they can and cannot sell. You know, so they've always been very tight-lipped about it. And so we don't know, so nobody knows. So anybody claiming the next year I've already got a bike for 2022 and you know, they're definitely bringing out this bike or they're definitely shutting down that bike, it's, you know, or if somebody says, oh, I've heard a rumour that they're shutting down this bike, the Sport Glide, let's say, and somebody said, no, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, actually, I'm sorry, you don't know what you're talking about, because nothing is confirmed until January, and that's when we'll all find out, you know. But I'm going to be looking at the Street Glide, the Road Glide, the Road King again. I'm going to be looking at those bikes. I'm not totally convinced about the whole infotainment system, the stereo. That's why I think I'd lean towards a Road Glide, but I don't like the naked Road Glide, so I'd like it with a fairing of sorts. I've seen a few people put on a Memphis shades, warrior type. It's like a club style they turn their bikes into. That looks really cool, and I like that style. So I'll see. It's a lot cheaper as well, and also I wouldn't have to worry about this whole infotainment system, because you know what, who cares. And let's face it, that's what I ride with now. My only problem with the Road Glide is that, yes, it's bigger, it's more comfortable than the Sport Glide that I've got, but it's essentially the same kind of riding experience. You know, as I look at it now, I mean, obviously I'd have to go and try it and see. I'm expecting it to be a lot smoother, a lot more comfortable, but would it handle as good? I don't know. So anyway, I'll kind of let you know if and when I get to ride these things and what my thoughts are. I'll probably give you a little indication on the Street Glide again, a review. I'll give you an update of what's going on there when I ride it. It won't be a full review because essentially it's still going to be a 2021 bike, so you can just watch my previous one on that. But I'll give you a little heads up on what my impressions are of that and extra information I find out. But anyway, you know, so yeah, a few changes coming out, a few thoughts, a few interesting comments coming my way, and discussions coming my way recently about next year's bikes. And to be quite honest with you, you know, it doesn't really bother me what bikes come out and what don't come out. I mean, well, in terms of the news, as a news, or having that information, you know, you find out when you find out, don't you? You know, I'm more than happy to wait until January or February to find out exactly what bikes are going to be around. You know, I don't really care about being an in-the-know type person. And anyway, I'm sure there are people out there who, you know, will try and give you lots of information and everything, and then make bold claims or false claims. But, you know, I certainly don't. I just try and, if I hear any information, I try and pass that on. But most of it is sort of rumour until it's actually fully verified. You know, that's what everybody's got to understand. But, you know, you sometimes wish that people who counter argument or counter anything that I've said actually know what they're talking about as well, because they don't. And that's the problem. You find this on forums, you find this on, you know, lots of places where people just you know, present themselves as having, you know, the correct opinion, the correct information, and they don't have that information at all, you know. But there we go. I mean, that's a debate for another time, isn't it? Check out these lights. Boom! Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's lighting. Yeah. Right, that's it then. Time for me to sign off. See you for another video, and whichever way I decide to go with the channel. Hopefully you stick around. Hopefully there'll be different types of videos coming your way as well. The website's been totally rejigged, and lots of new stuff will be coming on there, I'm sure. But lots of decisions going on right now. But anyway, I thought I'd just bring this to you in the meantime. Right, take care, people, and don't forget to subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. Like and share. Check out the website, RevelatorAlf.com. I'll catch you again. Bye.